What's going on? What's going on, everybody? If you don't know, now you do know. You're officially tuned in to episode 21 of the Hfwb podcast series. I am your host, Clifton Pope, and I want to thank y'all once again for tuning in into another episode. Most importantly, for those who are currently watching right now on YouTube, thank y'all once again for watching another video version of the Hfwb podcast series. And by the way, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and leave a comment, provide feedback, good or bad, because at the end of the day, it's all about finding room for improvement every single episode, and that's the overall mission within the HFWB podcast series is to get better with every episode. So your feedback is very, very important in that whole entire process. And for those who are listening to the podcast right now on Apple Podcasts, Amazon, Spotify, Google Podcasts, make sure you, of course, download it. Make sure you stream it. Make sure you share it as well. That way you could share it to someone you know. That way they can share it to someone they know or even someone they don't know, so we can continue this momentum and allow it to grow and continue to build and get stronger. That way we can most importantly continue to grow together here in the health, fitness, wealth, business community. Because in this community that I'm putting together, it's all about growth and it's all about, like I said, just finding ways to improve every single day. And that's the overall mission of health, fitness, wealth, business. I'm over here just trying to be the person to reintroduce y'all to the basics of everything health as far as like exercise, nutrition, mindfulness, and all that good stuff. To, of course, to where you can incorporate that and bring new life within yourself to where you can spread it on to the next person, most importantly, and all that good stuff. But overall, I just want to thank y'all once again for tuning into another episode of the Health, Fitness, Wealth, Business podcast series here. It's good to be back once again. What's today? Today's December the 19th, 2021, as I'm recording this episode. And what dawned on me as I am slowly getting another spiritual Sunday rolling here myself, man, we are about 6 days away from Christmas, which is just crazy within itself. And I am just like everybody else when I have to say here that I still have a little bit more Christmas shopping that I gotta do for the people who I love and care about the most. But like always, I'll probably figure something out because at the end of the day, when it comes to Christmas shopping, or at least to me, it's not about really how much the gift is itself. It's about the thought process behind the gift and the present that you're planning to give to someone you love or someone you care about the most. Because yeah, we could spend a lot of money and all of that and make sure the present is very, very valuable as far as price and cost and stuff, which is fine. I'm not going against anybody who's willing to do that. By all means, whatever makes Christmas special in your world, that's all that matters at the end of the day. I'm just saying, from me personally, when it comes to me doing Christmas shopping, it's really about the thought that counts. The thought of getting somebody a present, thinking about them and just letting them know, hey, I care about you and I love you so much to where I'm willing to give you this present, whether it's 10, 20 bucks or whether it's $100 or $200. It's the thought that counts. Let's not forget that when it comes to Christmas shopping. It's the thought that counts. I want that to sink in as I start off another episode of the Health, Fitness, Wealth, Business podcast series. I really haven't been, well, I kind of have been keeping up with what's been going on in the news and all that kind of stuff as far as, one thing that blows my mind and that's probably blowing everyone else's mind with the whole, you remember how I told you a couple episodes ago with the Omicron variant and all that good stuff. One thing that I could honestly say about that, it's shocking and it's very alarming as far as how many people, or as far as the case rising yet again, which is really not a surprise because with the holidays coming up, you might as well just expect cases to rise, therefore prompting people to be like, hey, I need to go get myself vaccinated and all that good stuff. It just presents a whole new fear that could have easily have been avoided if we took the pandemic more serious as earlier in the year and when it first started and all that good stuff. I'm really not going to spend too much time dwelling on it. If you want to hear me dwell on how I feel about the pandemic and all that stuff, you can go listen to previous episodes I've recorded of the Health, Fitness, Wealth, Business podcast series here. And you could hear me break down how I truly feel about all of that. But I'm not really going to get into all that right now. I'm going to kind of focus on this little theme that I kind of came up with as I woke up this morning and decided, what did I want to talk about on this episode of the podcast series? I'm going to focus on a simple, basic message, which is to be versus to do. Because there's a really, really big difference in doing something and being somebody at the end of the day. Because we all wake up every single day and we all have this thought as far as, oh, I want to be this or I want to be that, and all that is fine and dandy and everything, because it's better to be a somebody than to be a nobody. And I commend those who are trying to be somebody within themselves. But when we say I want to be something, or all that kind of good stuff, it kind of draws out the little bit of selfishness within ourselves, as far as like to where our world becomes a little bit more centered as far as what it is that we want to do, and we're focusing on everything but that. But overall, what I'm trying to say is, when we say we want to be something or be somebody, it makes us sound a little bit more selfish, and it makes us think more about ourselves and everything. And you're probably thinking, well, isn't that how that's supposed to be, and that's how life truly is? Yes and no, because yes, we all strive to be somebody in this world, but at the same time, we have to do something about it in order to be that particular thing, which is why I say it's important to it's better to do something rather than to be somebody, because it starts with what our overall purpose is in this world to begin with. Because it goes back to a quote that I've actually mentioned in the book that I'm writing, What's Wealth Without Work, which, by the way, will be out next January, so be on the lookout for that. And it's funny because I talk about this in my book, as far as there's 2 days in our life that are very, very important to us and that are very dear to us. One is obviously the day that you're born, and two, the day that you find out what your purpose is in this world. That's a quote that Mark Twain came up with, and I probably said the quote entirely wrong, but his overall message behind it is finding your purpose in this world is just as important as celebrating your birthday. Because once you find your purpose in this world, that's a celebration within itself, because you figured out what it is that you're meant to do during your time on this earth. And that's very, very key, and that's something that a lot of people take almost their whole entire lives trying to figure that out. I mean, and it's never too late to figure out what your purpose is in this world. Here's a good primary example of people who figured out what their purpose was. Look at Colonel Sanders, the dude who discovered KFC and everything. I mean, he discovered his purpose, after his 50s and his 60s over here cooking a regular fried chicken, and he decided to come up with his own recipe, and next thing you know, that recipe turned into a whole entire franchise. I mean, who doesn't have like a KFC in their city, in their town, wherever it is that they're located and stuff? I mean, there's like pretty much maybe one or two KFCs in every normal major city in this country. But what I'm trying to say is, it's never too late in life to find your purpose. Don't worry about those who find their purpose quicker than you and all that good stuff. Take your time, pace yourself, realize that it's a marathon, not a race. Go at your own pace and just stay in your own lane. And don't worry about looking to the left or the right of you, or who's behind you, or who's in front of you. Come up with a plan, write down what it is that you want to do, set your mind to it, and just go out and do it. And then next thing you know, you'll be accomplishing a purpose that's possibly even bigger than you. Because look at what I'm doing right now with Health, Fitness, Wealth, Business. I mean, I never thought I'd see the day in which my brand and business is slowly but surely growing in every single day, because, hey, I possibly could be doing something that's bigger than me, because overall I'm trying to help everybody break generational curses as far as the bad health trends and always being stuck, being living to paycheck and paycheck. I'm trying to show people that there's more to that. And for those who are lost in this life saying, oh, I can't do this, or oh, I want to give up and all that stuff, I'm just trying to help y'all see the light at the end of the tunnel. And if I have to hold the torch myself to guide y'all there, that's what I'm trying to do, because I know this is something that's potentially could be bigger than me when it's all said and done. My overall mission with health, fitness, wealth, business is to make this bigger than me, because I feel like I've done pretty much most of the things that I've kind of wanted to do within the course of my life. Now, don't get me wrong, there's a couple of more things that I plan on doing, but for the most part, up to this very moment, I feel very satisfied with the good and the bad and the ugly that's come along with the course of my life, to where it's like now I figured out what it is as far as being somebody. I felt like I've done that enough. Now I want to do something and leave an impact in this world that's possibly bigger than what I ever could have predicted. And overall, that's kind of what I'm doing with this health, fitness, wealth, business brand, because to this very moment, I never thought I'd see the day in which my overall brand is connecting me with all these people that I've been connecting with, as far as like other entrepreneurs, business strategists, type of leaders, small time business owners. And I'm even getting connected even to a few political figures here in the city of Corpus Christi, and who knows, I can grow to a state and maybe even a national thing and all that good stuff. But it's just crazy how much the overall brand is just expanding within itself, to me, even getting invited to be a part of all these events left and right. And it's like I feel like I'm being pulled all over the place, and I just got to realize I got to stay focused, and I got to stay within my lane, and just realize, hey, it starts with this health, fitness, wealth, business podcast, because that's what draws, and that's the engine that keeps the health, fitness, wealth, business brand growing every single day. And that's just one of those things I got to stay focused on, as far as stay in the course of things. But overall, back to my message as far as to be versus to do, it's better to be somebody than to be a nobody. And most importantly, it's better to do something in life, as far as having some sort of purpose, than to do nothing at all. As in other words, it's better to have something rather than nothing. And overall, if you want to choose as far as to be versus to do, which is like one of the constant roll calls that we all have in life, to where we get called up to do something and we have the decision, hey, are we going to be somebody? Or are we going to do something that's bigger than your overall purpose in this world? Because sometimes I'm guilty of this. Sometimes it's not all about you. Sometimes it's about the people around you and the people who are within your circle, to where you can grow together. Because if you provide something as far as like a product or service that can help benefit somebody, and it can cost like just the minimum cost of to yourself and everything, you're overall doing the right thing, and you're pretty much on the right track. And that's overall what my mission is with health, fitness, wealth, business, as we wrap up the year 2021. And just looking back at 2021, it still blows my mind to this very moment, as far as how far I've come with the podcast, how far I've come with the healthfitnesswealthbusiness.com/CP website that's constantly being updated on a weekly basis, because there's always room for improvement and there's always room to grow. And I want y'all to remember this word when I say room for improvement. I'm sure you've heard of this, you may not have. Remember the word Kaizen. And for those who don't know what the word Kaizen is, I suggest you look it up, because that word alone will change your life. And as in other words, how do you think the Japanese continue to grow and evolve? And how do you think they recovered from World War II? And how do you think they have technology that this country doesn't even have yet? Because a lot of people don't even realize that Japan is 5 to 10 years ahead of us in technology alone. They probably got something in Japan that when it comes to America in the next 5 to 10 years, it's going to blow our minds completely. But the Japan, they're going to be like, that's cute. We did that 5, 10 years ago while y'all were doing something else, because we're always looking to find room for improvement and constantly move upward. And I talked a little bit more on how that impacts you overall within itself within my What's Wealth Without Work book, which is coming out in January, I might add. So be on the lookout for that, and I'll break that down a little bit more in details if you want to hear me talk about Kaizen and all that. But just remember, Kaizen is all about constantly moving upward. We need to get away from this if it isn't broke, don't fix it mentality. That's what's wrong with the society, especially more than ever in 2021. And if you think that it's going to change with that same philosophy, you're sadly mistaken, because you need to get better. You need to constantly get yourself educated. You need to find knowledge. You need to continue to feed yourself with information that will basically help you get better. And you can apply that just within your overall exercise routine if you have one, for example. You can look up YouTube videos and look up recipes as far as how you can eat healthy and all that good stuff. And you can even look up YouTube videos on how to do a certain workout routine, or even talk to people you know who are like personal trainers or fitness experts. But basically, my overall message is find a way to get yourself constantly educated every single day. Don't just rely on school to go get yourself educated, because the real educated people get themselves educated without school. Well, some do it with school, but also they do it with like webinars, seminars, reading books, just little things like that make a big difference. And just maybe listening to podcasts like I do myself. Like there's multiple podcasts that I've listened to that ironically enough inspired me to create health, fitness, wealth business. I mean, you know how many people, like from the Grant Cardones, the Robert Kiyosaki's, the Dave Ramsey's, the Pat Flynn's of the world, all those people, they have podcasts giving out basically free information and free game on how you can build yourself into a brand, build yourself into a business, and all that kind of stuff. Because it's like I've said previously before, you are your own business, you are your own brand. So treat yourself that way. That way people will respect you more, and people will take you seriously as far as what your overall purpose is to begin with. But overall, I want to quote something real quick from this book that I have here for those who are watching right now on YouTube. Ego is the Enemy. One of my favorite books that I like to read every single Sunday, because it reminds myself, your ego can be your worst enemy, and it could be a distraction, and it could tell you otherwise. Your ego could take away from your mind what's important to you and replace it with stuff that doesn't even matter to begin with, which throws off your whole purpose of either trying to be somebody or trying to do something greater than yourself in this world. Now, I'm going to basically quote something here that I was reading in a previous chapter here. Don't mind me as I get myself together. This is a quote by Frederick Douglass in this chapter right here, To Be versus To Do. Frederick Douglass once said, "A man is worked upon by what he works on." As in other words, what you put your time into, what you put your money into, is basically going to show within its work and all that stuff. As in other words, what he also says is that, hey, what you choose to do with your time and what you choose to do for money works on you. As in other words, the decisions that you make as far as with your time and the things that you do with your money is basically going to be a reflection of overall what you're thinking and what your overall mindset is to begin with. As in other words, don't waste any time, because that's something that you can't get back is time. Utilize your time wisely and come up with something, get yourself a piece of paper right now, get yourself a pen, and write down your goals as far as what you want to do going into the new year. As a matter of fact, that's something that I'm challenging you, the people, to do right now, since we're literally about to close up 2021. So if you didn't have the best of years, it's okay. Put that behind you. Be positive and just be happy, and just realize, hey, the holidays are here. It's the time to give versus to receive. Be generous. That way you can have more blessings down the road. Practice generosity over scarcity, because there's enough for everybody to eat. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about, oh, is there going to be enough for me, or is the world going to have something for me to offer and all that good stuff, because that's that scarce mindset. That's like fighting over scraps or fighting over crumbs at the dinner table or something. I mean, we could all be healthy, right? We could all be exercising on a regular basis. We all can be eating good and finding the right diet plan that works for us. It's not just for certain people, it's for everybody. There's plenty to go around for everybody to begin with. As in other words, there's plenty of room for everybody to, of course, get their mind right and to, of course, meditate and just get themselves in their happy place to where they can be able to perform at a high level in whatever it is that they're doing within the course of their life. That is something I want you to remember as far as, don't think that there's not enough for you. There's plenty for everybody, just like there's plenty of room for everybody to be healthy as far as, like I said, exercise, nutrition, and all that stuff, mindfulness. Just like there's plenty of room for everybody to make enough money to where they can have enough saved for themselves to where they can use it to, I don't know, invest in something that they believe in, to where they can build themselves their own foundation, whether it's their own nest egg, whether it's their own brand, whether it's their own business, all that good stuff. There's plenty of room to go around for everybody to begin with. But my overall message for the HFWB podcast, well, at least for today, I challenge you to be somebody. I challenge you to do something that's bigger than you. That's something that I myself am working on every single day. Well, as far as trying to do something that's bigger than me, that's the whole purpose of Health, Fitness, Wealth, Business. This isn't just about me. I'm trying to help you, the people, see the light. And I'm trying to prevent y'all to making regular trips to the pharmacy as far as picking up prescription medications to where that you'll basically be stuck on for the rest of your life once you get diagnosed with, I don't know, high blood pressure, obesity, heart disease, stuff like that, just to name a few. I'm trying to prevent y'all from being stuck into this 9 to 5 cycle of, I gotta get up, I gotta go to work, I gotta pay the bills, I gotta do my taxes and all that stuff, I gotta balance checkbooks. There's more to life than that. I'm trying to show y'all, you can create assets that will put money into your pocket by creating your own brand and your own business and, doing something. I mean, you don't even have to just do that. You can watch YouTube videos right now on how to earn some sort of passive income to where you can basically make money in your sleep. You don't have to go the same route that I'm going as far as having your own brand and website and podcasts and all that stuff. If it's not for you, that's fine. My thing is with Health, Fitness, Wealth, Business, I'm trying to encourage y'all to come up with ways to make passive income. I don't care if you're doing a side hustle, doing Uber or DoorDash or something. At the end of the day, you're putting yourself in a position where you can escape the 9 to 5 rat race that we're all stuck in the moment that we finish high school or finish with a GED, or better yet, finish with our college degrees. And by the way, salute to those who graduated from college this past weekend here in my area. I salute y'all. But remember, education process doesn't stop with college. Find a way to get yourself educated by reading books, by buying courses where you can grow over and over again. You got Udemy, for example. Go buy some courses on Udemy after you finish college. That way you can get yourself educated. That's a way you can do that there. Or go to Teachable. There's plenty of online resources you can go to right now to where you can buy courses, say that range from, I don't know, $20 to $100, but it's an investment to help get your education stronger. You know what I'm saying? Because education makes you richer than money probably can ever make you, because if you know something and you know how to do it, the money becomes naturally. If you don't, because anybody can make money, but it takes an educated person to realize they can make money by doing any little thing that they can do. especially with passive income, especially. So I encourage y'all to do a couple things today as we wrap up 2021 and the holiday season, or as we get into the holiday season, I should add. I challenge you to be somebody versus being a nobody. I challenge you to do something that's bigger than you, your overall purpose. And I challenge you to most importantly just continue to improve and continue just to really get better. As the holiday season comes up, I encourage y'all to get everything together and cherish the moments that you spend with your family and your friends and all that stuff. And I want you to do this as well. All that energy and all that effort you put into buying gifts for those that you love and care about, I want you to put that same energy you put into buying gifts and for everyone and all that good stuff. I want you to put that same energy into coming up with a plan to get yourself healthy. I want you to put that same energy into your overall financial situation to where you can break the financial curse that is upon you and get yourself out of the rat race. I want you to put that same energy that you put into buying gifts and everything. I want you to put that same energy into taking a good look at the mirror and figuring out what is my purpose in this world. I want you to put that same energy into it if you haven't yet. And for those who have already done it and are hearing me say all this and thinking that it sounds repetitive to you, don't take it like that. Have them listen to this episode of the Hfwb podcast series right now and tell them, hey, I think I got somebody who you need to listen to that'll get you on the right track, because I'm trying to motivate y'all, and at the same time, I'm trying to give y'all the information necessary to where you can grow and get better. As in other words, I kind of learned this from the great Dolph Ziggler in one of his podcasts I was listening to earlier in the week, where motivation plus information equals inspiration, if you see what I did there. So I'm trying to encourage y'all, as in motivating y'all, and I'm trying to give y'all the game necessary to get y'all your hustle on, and whatever it is that you're doing, as far as if you're trying to get healthy or get your hustle on in that, if you're trying to get your finances in order, get your hustle on and do that. I'm trying to give you the motivation and the information necessary to where you can be inspired, to where you will never expire, to where you will always be living fresh, to where you will always be eating fresh, to where your money and everything will always be fresh. Because the moment you're fresh, you're doing your best at the end of the day. And that's something I kind of want to wrap up this episode of the Hfwb podcast series on. It's just something that I want to talk to y'all about today. And I just love talking to y'all because, hey, I miss y'all. Most importantly, I want to take this moment before I wrap things up here with this episode. I want to give a special shout out to Mr. Efren Franco for the United Chambers of Commerce event that I went to a few days ago. It was a wonderful event. It definitely was the event of the year. I've seen so many people who I know, and I even saw some people who I didn't know. I'm not going to mention anybody's names here, but I will say I saw some people who I thought I was going to see, and I even saw some people who I wasn't even expecting to be there in the first place. You know who you are from the people who I talked to at the event. I want to say I salute y'all, I support y'all, and we're going to continue to grow together and make, the city of Corpus Christi, and maybe even take this to a state level, national level. We're going to grow all together going into 2022. So special shout out to the United Corpus Christi Chambers of Commerce for all the events that they're putting together. I want to give a special shout out to the Black Chambers of Commerce. As a matter of fact, I think they have an event going on today that I might go to a little later on after I get myself going for the day. And I want to give a special shout out to all the people who have supported the health, fitness, wealth, business movement. You know who you are. And for those who are continuing to doubt me at this point, y'all keep on doubting me. Y'all keep on counting me out, because I guarantee you 2022 is going to be the year of health, fitness, wealth, business. I'm warning y'all right now. And I want to give a special shout out to Mr. Kirk Logan for giving me the opportunity to have the HFWB podcast series on 361ccradio.com. That's 361ccradio.com. The HFWB podcast series is going to have a new home starting on January the 1st, 2022. Every Saturday at 2 o'clock, you can listen to yours truly on 361cc Radio talking my stuff with the HFWB podcast series. And believe me when I say this, there's going to be more and more guests on the HFWB podcast series. I'm not going to mention the people who I'm bringing on the podcast yet. I'm just going to surprise y'all and let y'all know, hey, I'm affiliated with these people, and I want these people to come educate y'all just like I'm doing the same thing with every episode I've done within the podcast series. And it's just going to be something special. I'm just going to warn y'all right now. It's going to be something special, believe me on that. So, for those who I've been talking to about getting on the HFWB podcast series, you know who you are. Let's get ready to give the people what they want, and let's give the people what they want to hear. And other than that, I'm pretty much said all that I've wanted to say as far as for today's episode. I just want to let y'all know I love y'all. I salute y'all. I hope everyone has a wonderful holiday season, whether it's for those who celebrate Christmas. I want to wish y'all a Merry Christmas, just in case if I don't do another episode of the HFWB podcast series before Christmas. Excuse me. And for those who don't celebrate Christmas as much as everyone else, just utilize the opportunity just to spend time with your family and friends and eat some good food and, I don't know, kick back and watch the NBA games that are going to go on Christmas Day, or watch a bunch of Christmas movies all day to get yourself in somewhat of a Christmas spirit. But anyways, hopefully everyone has themselves a wonderful Christmas. Hopefully everyone has themselves a happy New Year. Just in case if I don't do another episode of the HFWB podcast series before the end of the year, but something tells me I may do 1 or 2 more episodes, maybe at least. But overall, just know that big things are coming for HFWB. You know, like I said, the What's Wealth Without Work ebook, my first ebook, will be out next month in January, by the end of January 2022. So be on the lookout for that. I'm also putting together a couple little features and offering new products based on people who I'm working with. Shout out to you. You know who you are for setting me up with these products. So be on the lookout for that. That'll be a new feature that I'm going to add to the Health, Fitness, Wealth Business website a little later on down the road. So be sure to check out healthfitnesswealthbusiness.com/CP for the newest details on the product that I'm going to be offering, which will probably be in here in the next couple of days. And also be sure to check out the HFWB newsletter on my website, just in case to help you get into the holiday spirit, but also encourage you to stay healthy, stay wealthy, and stay blessed, like I always say. So check out the newsletter. Be sure to follow at Hfwb, the official TikTok page for Health, Fitness, Wealth Business as well. And also, be on the lookout for more HFWB merchandise. I plan on ordering some limited edition hoodies. So if you mess with Health, Fitness, Wealth Business, and if you're a true fan, hit me up right away, because I'm going to be offering some limited edition hoodies that won't be made all the time. So be on the lookout for those probably within the next month or so. And I will be putting together the Health, Fitness, Wealth Business program, to where I'm going to teach y'all how to eat to live, how to save to invest to build. As a matter of fact, those are going to be 2 courses right there that I'm going to be focusing on. I plan on putting together also a course on mindfulness and the importance of how meditation can make a big difference in your life. So I encourage y'all to check out the meditation course that I'm going to be putting together. That should be out at some point next year once I work out the kinks and details. I plan on putting together a course on how you can get yourself right in fitness and everything. And I'm planning on putting together games, and it's all going to be on the official app where you can download from your app store on your phone, whether it's the Google Play Store or the Apple Store, whatever phone that you have, and all that good stuff, iPhone, Android, all that good stuff. But anyways, big things are coming for HFWB, so I suggest y'all to stay tuned. And we're only just getting started. We're only getting rocking and rolling. And like I said, man, this is going to be the year of HFWB starting in 2022. Mark my words on that, y'all. But other than that, thank y'all once again for tuning in to another episode of the HFWB podcast series. Be sure y'all subscribe to the official YouTube channel of Health, Fitness, Wealth, Business. Make sure y'all download, stream, and share all the episodes of the HFWB podcast series. And make sure to check out the website, healthfitnesswealthbusiness.com/CP for all the latest updates that are coming soon. And be sure to check out the newsletter as well. You'll be very surprised on what you can learn from that. And be sure to hit me up for some merchandise as well. I still got the Health, Fitness, Wealth, Business shirts. We got this on lock, and the Stay Healthy, Wealthy, and Blessed shirts are on deck. So hit me up for a pair, $6 a piece. You can cash at me at $CPHFWB. And I might do a little Christmas special to where you can get a shirt like this on a little bit of a discount price, because I know the holidays is a real struggle as far as like buying gifts and all that stuff, and I know a lot of people are on budgets, and for those who are in that situation, I'm going to help y'all out with that. So stay tuned for an announcement coming within the next week for that. And yeah, y'all continue to follow at Health F Wealth B, the official TikTok page for Health, Fitness, Wealth, Business, and be on the lookout for the first ebook, What's Wealth Without Work. Be on the lookout for the HFWB program coming to y'all between probably January and March of next year. And overall, just look out for your boy at your nearest event, or look out for your boy putting together maybe a few public speaking events down the road. Who knows what's in store for HFWB? You just got to stay tuned and find out, as far as keeping up with what's going on, most importantly. But anyways, I gotta go. I got stuff that I gotta get to for the day. I hope everyone has themselves a wonderful spiritual Sunday. Have themselves a wonderful holiday season. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year to everybody. Just in case I don't do another episode before the end of 2021, but something tells me I will. That way I want to give y'all a proper send out, just because I love talking to y'all so much. But other than that, y'all stay healthy, y'all stay wealthy, y'all stay blessed. I salute y'all, and have yourself a wonderful day, everybody, and a wonderful evening as well. Till next time.